If you watched my review on the light gray G-Shock Square that I did recently, you might have seen how smitten I was with that watch. I was pleasantly surprised by the dimensions as I discovered it wasn't as large as I thought. It actually wears really nice on my wrist. I liked it so much that it pushed me to flip my metal CASIOAK for this G-Shock GW-5000U-1JF. The watch was purchased from Japan for around $260. I was looking for a JDM G-Shock with multiband 6 and tough solar, and this one just happened to fit the bill. The metal CASIOAK was something I regret purchasing. I wore it only a couple of times and really felt that a G-Shock should be more rugged than the flashy bling that comes with the metal CASIOAK. I'll leave that to my luxury watches. It needs to at least come with a rubber strap in my opinion, and since I never owned a square before, I felt it was time to replace the metal CASIOAK and add this to my collection. The square just looks badass to me, and it's perfect when I'm doing physical activities like playing pickleball or lifting weights, something I could not do with the metal CASIOAK. The GW-5000U is a JDM model made specific for the Japanese market, so that's something I wanted with the square. Similar to how enthusiasts desire the J models on the Seiko SKX with the 21 jewels written on the dial. It gives us watch nerds a level of comfort when it comes to these things. But I do agree that international models are just as good. The watch measures 43.8mm across, 13mm thick. The lug to lug is always difficult to measure with these watches, so I'll just measure the ends of the case, which is 48.9mm. The strap starts at 25.5mm and tapers down to 19mm. One fun fact I did not know about the design of the straps is that it was designed to provide shock protection to the back of the case. I always wondered why they couldn't make the straps sit flat on the table, and it's because it serves to protect the back of the watch. If it's unable to sit flat, the chances of that side of the watch hitting the ground is very unlikely. The model is constructed of a solid metal case with the addition of a metal screw-down case back, both of which have a DLC coating to them, rather than the usual back that's attached with 4 screws. You would think that the screw-down case back provides a higher level of water resistance. However, most of them have 200 meters of water resistance regardless of which caseback construction it is. So I thought that was interesting. It's got the usual features that you would find on a G-Shock, which is the world time, stopwatch, countdown timer, 5 alarms, and a full auto calendar going up to year 2099. It's shock resistant, has 200 meters of water resistance, has multiband 6, and tough solar. The front crystal is a mineral glass, but it sits deep into the resin shell, so there is a level of protection to the glass. On a full charge, this thing can last up to 10 months without any exposure to light, and up to 22 months if it sits in total darkness with the power save function on. Another feature that made me gravitate towards this model is the fact that they use a more premium resin. When comparing this to the other G-Shock I reviewed, this has a significantly softer feel to it. It's more flexible and feels nicer on the skin. The other resin material just felt more on the plastic side. This one feels a lot nicer, but ignorance is bliss. Had I not known about this material on a G-Shock, the lesser resin would have been just fine. Now, even though this has premium upgrades over your basic G-Shock Square, it is still a perfect everyday beater. It doesn't give me that feeling of wanting to baby it or being afraid to scratch it. In fact, it feels indestructible and kinda makes you wanna test its limits. It has a white LED backlight instead of the electroluminescent light. I know most people prefer the electroluminescent background, but I don't have a preference. As long as the light works and I can read the time at night, that's all I really care about. Plus, I think the LED gives it a more modern look, while the EL backlight gives it a more retro look. And I like modern things, so I'm gonna have to go with that. The multiband 6 is really cool. Luckily, I'm in a place where it is able to pick up a signal from the Colorado station to provide the most accurate time. I started setting up my mechanical watches using this G-Shock when I'm ready to wear them. Previously, I'd have to go to my phone and go to a website to get the official time down to the seconds. But now, I just look at my G-Shock. This model comes with the updated 3459 module, and to be honest, I'm really not going to benefit from the updated features they put in this module. I know with this new module, you can switch the date format to read the day first and then the month, but I'm in the US where we read the month first and then the day, so this was nothing new. The new module also allows the home time to be displayed when in world time mode, so you're able to see 2 time zones when traveling. This home time also gets displayed when you're in stopwatch and timer mode. That's a pretty cool upgrade. The layout of this watch is also what attracted me to it. I like the way some of the words are centered on the display. It has a sense of symmetry. Words like Casio, Tough Solar, and Shock Resist are centered. You also have the words alarm and chrono on the outer ends of that Shock Resist logo. Most of the words here just look balanced to me, so I appreciate that. So this has been a review of my GW-5000U-1JF. It's just an all-around perfect daily beater and a great reference for accurate timekeeping. I'm pretty happy with this purchase, more so than the full metal CASIOAK. The CASIOAK was just too heavy for what it is, and I didn't see myself finding an occasion to wear it. At least I got to experience a full metal G-Shock, but if I were to get another CASIOAK, I'm gonna have to go with a full resin or half metal. Hopefully this square finds more wrist time than the CASIOAK. Thanks for watching.